Good morning. If you're watching this, that means you are watching the replay. So type hashtag replay. Today, it's another rainy day here. But we are going to still do the video for today. So far, we have seen how we prep the base. So we learned about resurfacer, which is our exfoliation. We also talked about how we are going to do our basic skincare before even going with our silk, which is our primer and pore minimizer, so that your skin is all prepped and ready. The more you take time to do the base ready, you won't find your foundation or concealers, nothing will cake, because you already made sure you hydrated underneath your eyes, your face, so that they are ready to go. Today we are going to talk about concealers. I know this is one topic. To be frank, it's easy for CCTM and foundation. Learning about concealers is the hard part. Here we have 8 different shades, 6 of them being closer to your skin and 2 of them for color correction. Green for any acne and red marks if you have. Green conceals the redness, so that's the one. And you have white, which you can use in many people. You can directly use to highlight, or what I like to think is, for example, if you have a foundation little bit darker, you can mix a tiny bit of this so that you can make it lighter. And at the same time, even with your concealers, you can use this so that you can use it to brighten and conceal with the same color. So let me show you the colors. So this is light, and next one is light medium, and these 3 are my go-to. Hi Bhargavi. Bhargavi, I'm about to message you. I think the Kiss and Tell website is down. There is an outage. I think they are working on the website. I will message you today once it's up. I think I wasn't able to log in, but I will message you and let you know. So the next one is medium, and the one I use the most, medium deep. So the last one is deep. So there are many ways for you to use. So for example, I'm going to show 2 different things. Let me take, okay, this is medium. Yeah, I'm going to message you. I think I saw it that there was an outage. Distributor website was working fine, but they said the customer website was down. I think they are doing some updation with the website. I will keep you posted. So if we talked about color correction last week, and you can see I use Neotite as much as possible. So I don't have much of dark circles, but I'm going to show how you can use the concealer without being cakey. Do you see how much I took? That's how much concentrated these products are, and you don't need to use a lot, because that's when you end up being cakey. So this is medium. If you see, most of the time how people use underneath their eyes is it's like they want a brightening effect along with concealing. So here I'm going to just add to my inner and outer corner, and I'm going to let it sit. This way the concealer will give you more coverage and it's going to be highlighting. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm also going to add, no, I don't want, I'm going to show how I'm going to do the medium deep on this side. So let me add it here itself. And if you always want it, you can take a tiny bit and conceal on top as well. Do you see? Just using the leftover, how I am able to do without being cakey. That's, you can still see I have a little bit left. I'm taking a tiny stroke and I'm just concealing on top of my eyes. If you end up being using a whole pump, that's when you are going to make it more cakier. So always start small and add if you needed it. So the next one I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the medium deep on this side for you to see. It's up to your preference on how you want, whether you want like a highlighting or whether you want it to match your skin tone. So here I am using the medium deep. Do you see how well it matches my skin tone? And I am a person who likes my foundation or even my concealer to anything to be little bit um, darker. That way I don't want, I don't have to do contouring or anything, because this way it looks more natural to my skin tone. If you don't know, your eyes have discoloration, so that's what I'm trying to hide. You will have veins, and also you will have the skin being thin. It shows all the veins and discoloration. Do you see? I just concealed with whatever that's been left. So you can see the difference between a light with a lighter color versus a color that matches. So here I'm going to take, you can do it in two ways. That also I'm going to teach you. So first one, if you wanted it to have more coverage, then you are going to take a brush that is stiff. I'm just looking for my my mirror, because I like to look down so that I can see it and press it better. So here I'm just pressing and spreading it so that I'm not having it in one place. So do you see? This is medium on me, which I am trying to just use to conceal underneath. So anytime when you are like doing an all over makeup, the general rule is to have a little bit of lighter underneath. And do you see, even with that light of one, you can see it's little bit like a heavy coverage. My favorite way sometimes is I just take a tiny bit of Glowify. These are tricks that I like to use. So I just touch a tiny bit, because this is going to be hydrating. So I like to touch my Glowify underneath so that it's not going to become cakey at all. So that's the first step. Okay, it is like simple tricks. That's all makes a huge difference when it comes to your makeup techniques, because makeup is all about enhancing what you already have rather than hiding it. So here I have used this part, and when it comes to a lighter coverage, I am taking a fluffier brush. Do you see the difference? Here, when I needed more coverage, I used a brush that is thick. Here I'm using a fluffy brush, so that I am actually diffusing what I already have, so that it is not becoming very thick. Here your aim is to just blend it along with your skin. Do you see the difference? That's what I'm talking about. I really love when it is very close to my skin. But I know, as per the makeup trend, people always use, when I finish, I know it looks little odd when you have a lighter one closer to your eye. But imagine when you're finishing with everything, like your powder, your CCTM or foundation, whatever it is, it looks more natural. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a tiny bit of the medium deep, and I'm going to show you how you can use this as all over, and you don't have to use a foundation at all. So same with, I'm taking a tiny bit. See, every time I'm just showing so that you don't take a lot. What I'm doing is I'm just going to dust it off wherever I have any discoloration. So this is one of my go-to technique where I'm just going out to meet my friends, or if I'm just heading out and I don't want to have anything else. So if you see, I'm just barely touching. I'm not even dipping. I'm taking the tiniest bit and I'm just using a very light feathery touch on my face so that it's like the barely there coverage that you are going to get, so that with the same concealer itself, I'm just acting it as a foundation. So I'm not going to do any CCTM or anything for today. Instead, this will be my entire face. So I don't have much on my forehead. So if you had any discoloration, thank you, Bhargavi. So these are like, I know people get these cream products, but if you learn to use them in many ways, it's like one product that you will end up, see, I'm still having the leftovers. So it's like, when you see the bottle, you may think like, oh, it's very small compared to our foundation or CCTM. But to be precise, like, you need the tiniest amount. Do you see? I took like just a quarter pump of it, but I'm just trying to use wherever I have any discoloration, just I'm blending it. Yes, brush also makes, and the technique makes, like, you don't want to hold it like this where you are putting too much pressure on your face. Hold it as if you are like, you want a feathery touch, so that you are not having to press it too hard. So you are literally taking a tiny bit, and do you see, I had a discoloration there which I hid. And I like to do these things in live because sometimes you want to see how easy it is to apply, and whenever you need more coverage, you always stipple, so that you are not taking away the product, you are getting the coverage. So that's the difference. You want a light coverage, then just stipple it. If you need more coverage, press it. So this is all about it. So you can see my face is all fully covered, and you can see because of the color adapting technology, even do you see when we applied how light it was, but slowly it's actually turning closer to my skin tone. So it doesn't look cakey at all. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the deep as my bronzer or contour, whatever you can say. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of it. Oh my god, like I was saying, even for the all over face, how much we took. So think of having it for your contour. Take the tiniest amount. You don't need a lot. Just looking for my contouring brush. So what I'm going to do is, do you see how much I have? I have the tip. So I'm just going to you are just going to blend this. One thing you learn along with SeneGence makeup is take a small amount, you can always add. This applies to even skincare. So you don't want to take a lot and then blending becomes harder, because these products you have like a small window where you want to blend, so that you don't have any harsh lines. So you see, like cream, the brilliant thing about cream products is they stay all day, they are hydrating, and at the same time they are going to be super versatile. Like think of the same deep you can use as your eyes too. Let me show you. Whatever is left, I'm just going to use it on my eyes, or even same with if you are like fairer than me and you are using a different shade, just make sure you are using one or two shade darker than. So this is deep, right? So I can even use it near my eyes so that it looks, you see, it looks like an eyeshadow on the crease. So I'm just using whatever is left. I'm not even adding anything. This is just adding a color. Do you see that? I'm just using whatever I have left on my brush, and that's it. I'm not even adding anything. Like I hate to I hate when I have to waste product, and particularly when it comes to SeneGence, since they have the airless pump, you make most out of it. And same with skincare. Make sure you use, give the skincare a little bit of time to sit on your skin and work so that you get most bang for your buck. So you see, I just used the same deep in my eyes. Like you don't have to have like proper eyeshadow every time. This way I'm just blending, so it still gives me like as if I have something, but at the same time I didn't do much. So I'm just going to do a pencil. Let's do black or black brown. Anything is fine. When I was doing the 40 faces, the one thing I learned is just holding on to their lower lashes to apply on one hand, because that's one thing I was initially it was hard, because as you know, if you are bringing closer to someone, they will start to blink. So it's like with one finger I'll just hold so that I'm not pulling it too much. At the same time I can just define. So one more thing left. I'm just going to blend the lower lash line, and we are just going to dust it with a little bit of always make sure you don't do too harsh. Instead just blend it. It's going to give that smokiness without being too harsh. If you do the older style of being too harsh, it's going to make you look old. Nobody wants to do that, and just by blending it's going to look more natural. Yeah, that's it. If you feel like after doing the concealers, if you need a little bit more coverage, take our powder and we are going to just dust it. My powder is running low. Like I said, I still want to use every bit of it. So I'm just going to press the powder all over. So this is just a face with concealers on it. I hope you liked how it turned out. And if you have questions, let me know. Thank you, Bhargavi. Thank you so much for hopping on and giving me company today. I really loved having you. So I'm going to post the whole day about the concealers, how you use them, the best part of SeneGence concealers, and you can learn about it. I hope you are enjoying the base week. Each day you're going to learn one technique, and I'm sure if you keep practicing, it's going to be super easy.